Tone Show, and today I'm breaking down Origin. Let's get into it. Origin is a YouTube premium exclusive. That's right, you gotta pay for these goodies. So I'm gonna split this review into two halves. The first half, I'm just gonna talk about in general about my impressions of Origin. The second half, I'm gonna let you know when it starts. I'm gonna let you know about the spoilers, and then we're going into spoiler territory. We're gonna break down the show thoroughly for those guys who have already seen it. I have all these passengers, they're on a ship, it's headed to a particular planet, and something happens on the way there. So the passengers are basically castaways on this ship, and they have to survive this alien incursion that's happening on this ship. Now, what's the good of the show? I found that the cast was very great, guys. It's a great ensemble. The actors on this show really brought the material up a level, and they really made me stick around. I'm a sci-fi head, you know this. That's what drew me to this show. So the science fiction elements would say, hey, let me check this out. But I really gotta admit that the cast and the backstories, the lost-ish type of thing that was happening, basically every episode is broken into two. You have the part of which is the sci-fi, the whole alien incursion that's happening on the ship current day, and then you have flashbacks of every episode, and every episode basically shows you the flashback, the background of a particular character. So every episode is 10 episodes total, and every episode basically breaks down the history in a flashback of one of the characters, one of the main characters. You have Natalia Tina. If you guys watch Game of Thrones, she's the wildling Osha. When I saw her face, I'm like, I know that lady. The guy who plays Logan is Tom Felton, mostly known I think from Harry Potter. A lot of people who I didn't know, but these new actors really brought their A game up. Now I'm going to enter into spoiler territory now. So if you haven't watched the show, I would say click off now and come back after watching the show, because we're going to get to some spoilers. We're going to talk about the show in depth. Science fiction of it all, like the whole way we're in the future, we have space travel, but at the same time we have artificial intelligence, but the ship can't talk to us? What? You're telling me you're on this ship and you're so advanced that you found a way to have some type of propulsion system to take you to another solar system, but the ship can't talk to you. There's no voice, there's no AI that has a voice. But at the same time, in at least flashback, you showed us that there is AI available at this time, and that everybody can purchase their own AI like an iPhone. But you're telling me that the ship didn't have its own AI that could talk to you and tell you what's happening? There were no announcements on the ship. Even the train that I ride has announcements. The alien aspect of it, basically these parasites on the brain, it wasn't nothing crazy. If you watch Alien or any other show about alien life and parasites, we've seen this before on plenty of movies and plenty of shows. So nothing death-defyingly original as far as the aspect of the whole alien parasite taking over a person's body. Not original at all. The whole they're stuck on a ship. If you saw Passengers, I was like, this is like Passengers and Lost and Alien mashed together. Really didn't push the boundaries, and I really didn't learn anything. I think that's one of the things that are missing in sci-fi today. Like, you watch back in the day, you watch a sci-fi show, especially about space, is because you wanted the whole awe, like, wow, that's amazing. Like, look what they have then. But a lot of shows now, the writing is kind of lagged in that. It hasn't been innovative. Like, we really haven't advanced past the whole Star Trek, like teleportation or phasers. We need something new and original, and Origin didn't have that as far as the sci-fi element and the futuristic space travel element. But I really think the cast really held it together. I thought the character of Shun was very interesting. And speaking of interesting, who the hell did the HR hiring? Like, this show is basically, they took everybody who shouldn't be in space and they put them in space. They were like, oh, you're a con man, Bond, and I think you're a hired hitman, right? You're coming along. Lee, I see that you have on your resume that you're a hacker. Perfect, come on. So basically, this new planet is basically a prison colony because they picked the worst people. We don't even know what Rachel actually did, right? Katie. We don't know. We know what her character actually did. Who did she burn alive? So there was like the worst people you can take. You put them on a ship and you're sending them to Thea. Nora, you had one job. You had one job, which was to take care of your passengers. You failed that. You opened the door, let the alien out. Nora's character just pissed me off, and the fact that she survived was like, I don't believe she survived. And as far as Baum, I can't know how to pronounce the guy's name. I really couldn't tell if he was a con man who was looking for love. At the end, we kind of saw that he really did have a thing. We saw that Bond had a thing for the character of Logan, and I think that's why he donated the blood. But you really never knew where he was at, right? That's what I found interesting about his character. As much as I disliked Bond from the beginning, you never know what his real MO was. And at the end, I think he got a little bit soft for Logan. That's why he donated the blood. But it really pissed me off that Lee then turned to Logan, who was torturing her, and said, "Hey, come on, help me find this alien." There was a lot of things that just didn't make any sense for me. Didn't make any sense. Let's run down some more. Then Then we have the character of Abigail. Now, Abigail, all we know is that she's 18 and she loves complaining and crying, right? We didn't even get a backstory for Abigail. As far as the cast, like, I don't know what happened with this character. Well, none of the episodes were dedicated to her. I'm not sure if there's going to be season 2 of Origin. I looked online, I didn't see it. So I don't know if Abigail, we're going to get a backstory for you, but I thought you were annoying. Rachel, yeah, Rachel, who played Katie, because Katie wasn't her real name. She did something horrible in her flashback. We didn't get a good look at what she did. She was a child, and I think she burned a bully alive or something like that. So I was kind of interested in finding out more what happened. And she was a good-hearted person. So Katie, she was on the good side. And we had Lee, who I thought, like, for a hacker, you're pretty lousy, right? Because not only could you hack the ship and figure out what was going on, but at no time could you get some type of AI or some voice prompt, or at least get on the speakers on the ship. I found her character very interesting, but also very annoying, and she really got on. She really annoyed me. I was kind of shocked when they killed her off. Shun was my favorite character. The actor who portrayed him did a great job. I really thought he was a hitman, and he was the only sensible, reasonable one. He was the only sensible one. We should have followed his instinct. We should have shot more people on the show. And speaking of shooting, there were so many gun holding scenes, right? There were so many scenes of holding guns to people and aiming, and nobody got shot. Shun, you were right off from the beginning. Even though you got soft, I know you fell in love with Lana's character at the end, but I really liked the character of Shun. Dr. Henry, he kept everybody alive, but for a part of the show, it just seemed like it was an autopsy show, right? Like, it was just brain splattered all over the place. Like, this show could have been called Alien Autopsy, right? With Dr. Henry along. So it was kind of sad to see that his character got the neurotoxin at the end, but he was one of my favorite characters as well. I think he did a great job, the actor who portrayed him. Like, he felt like he really had a heart, and he felt like he wanted to find to redeem himself from one of the things he did on Earth with that whole science hitman experiment that he did, right? Logan, Tom Felton, character of Logan, he really had an arc. At the beginning, I hated him. I thought he was an a-hole, but then as we grew to know him more, and then we got to his old episode in his flashback when we learned that he really did have a heart. And that woman who was playing the patient who ended up committing suicide, like, she had a great scene stealing appearance. Like, big ups to that actress. Like, she took that whole episode, she took it away for herself. Like, she did a great job. And I really like there's very little comedy on this show, and I thought that was one of the great episodes that they did have of the 10 episodes. But at the end, I really kind of felt a little bit soft for Logan. And then we have the character of Lana. Now, Lana was so annoying. I was really surprised to find out that she was the alien at the end, because it seemed like everybody was acting normal, and we found out all the stuff about the memory, and all the alien knows the memory part of the brain gets affected. And then we found out at the end that she was using a voice recorder, so it was very ingenious. They really kept it to the point. Basically, I looked at all these characters and I said none of them could be it, because they're all remembering, right? They're following the rules. But I was really shocked to find out it was Lana at the end, and Shin didn't have the heart to shoot her. That, and if they do a second season, I think it'd be a waste to kill her character, because she's one of the most intriguing ones. Even though, like, for somebody who's a bodyguard, she didn't want to shoot anybody, right? That whole whatever happened to her in her flashback really traumatized her, and you saw that's what kept her trying to keep everybody together, even when the alien was inside her. Speaking of the alien, it went from I'm going to kill everybody in the first episode, right? Like, it was just bodying people in that room, to the point that the alien's like, oh, wait a second, I'm a human, I understand this, what are these emotions? So I thought it was weird. It went from, like, I'm a killer alien to, like, wait a second, I didn't understand what I was doing maybe, and now I have these emotions. So was it different aliens and they had a different MO? The whole character of the alien and the parasite and the motivation of it, I didn't understand it, because it kind of changed. At the end, Lana was still D to kill somebody, but only she was willing to kill somebody for survival, it seems. So the character of the alien was kind of like all over the place. Was it a really just I wanted to kill humans, or did it have a different motivation? Because it did say at one point, I'm the only one left. So maybe when the alien and the meteor crashed into the ship, they did have an MO, something that they were after. So Thea, basically, they left us on a cliffhanger, right? Like, we don't know what's happening on the planet. Something horrible is happening. The announcement that we heard at the end, the voice was warning people, do not come to Thea. So after all this travel and finally getting to the planet, we're left on this cliffhanger. We might never know, because we don't know if there's going to be a season 2 of Origin. Origin is a YouTube premium. I signed up for that 3-month free subscription. Google it. Maybe it's still available. Looks like the people who are behind the whole Siren Project. Like they knew about the aliens from the start, from what we saw in the video. So there might be much more backstory to this whole thing that we might never actually get to. So after everything, I really dug it. Even though I dug it for the wrong reasons, I got into it because of the science fiction whole element to it. I was hoping it'd be more space travel and aliens, but I really dug the flashbacks and the character development, and I thought the actors and the ensemble, they really brought this show to life. Anyway, guys, this is the Tone Show. What did you think of Origin? Are you gonna watch Origin? Put it in the comments. And as always, guys, Tone Show out. Woo!
Remember to like and subscribe for more Tone Show.